Yeah, g'day viewers, Miss Sean Thompson, poke along, not bad, thanks. So today I have got issues. So today I'm going to show you guys real quickly how to clean out the valves, the one-way valves on your caravan when you're having low water pressure issues when you're plugged into the mains. So when I say plugged into the mains, you pulled up at the caravan park and you've got your hose plugged into the van and you're running off the mains water pressure as such. So I'll just quickly show you. So that's how much water pressure we've got coming out of the caravan at the moment, out of the shower, out of the sink and all that sort of stuff. I'll just quickly show you how much water pressure is coming out of the main hose. And that's how much is coming out of the main hose. So I know we won't get every bit of that coming out of the caravan because obviously hose sizes and all that sort of stuff, but it should be up there near that anyway. Okay, so here's where the mains water pressure plugs into the caravan, right? Now, see this valve here with these two saddles over it? That there is actually a one-way valve. That there tap, that one there, you turn that on and that goes up that line there and goes and fills your tanks up from here. There is also a filler point up there on the side of the caravan, but that there tap fills it up from this hose here. That line there, there's another one-way valve just there, and that line there goes to all your lines in the caravan, your shower, your sink, your hand basin, toilet, all that sort of stuff. Now what happens, and what I have had to do in the past, is I've actually had to take these off and take that apart and actually pull the one-way valve apart in there, because what happens is the one-way valve, how it works is there's a spring activation in there, so when the water comes this way, the pressure of it overcomes the spring and lets the water go past it, and what happens is little bits of dirt and stuff get caught inside that, which I'll pull apart and show you in a second. They get caught in that so that it can't actually open far enough, and that's what causes the low water pressure. I'll just quickly whip one off and I'll show you. Okay, so we got that one out, and now I should be able to do this one one-handed. So pull that one and pull like that. That's all it is, mate. Happy days. Righto. So we've just got a couple of shivers here, and we'll pull that apart, and I'll show you. So last time I did this, I think I didn't actually pull this one apart. It was the other one that I found all the gunk in it. So it'll be good to pull this one apart and just see what's in it. If you look in there, this is the spring side. You will need a bit of sealant, thread locker or something, to seal these back up when you do it. But if you look in there, you can just see the spring. I don't know if that's focusing or not. Hopefully it is. Righto. Obviously. Righto. Now look at that. There's O-ring in there. Where is that O-ring from? Woohoo! Where is that O-ring from indeed, mate? I don't know. See the O-ring just there? Now this is the side here, so as the water comes in here, it pushes on that, overcomes the pressure and is able to go through. So that O-ring would have actually been causing some of the pressure loss as well. So you can blow one way, but not the other. That's how they work. I messed up, I took his on a bum steer, so that one doesn't come apart, but that one there does. I've had that one apart before. But yeah, that O-ring, I dare say that O-ring would have been some of our problem, because that is opening and closing fairly freely, and there is not much crap in there. I might just quickly put that back together and then run the water again and just see what our pressure's like now that we've got that O-ring out of there. But I don't know where that O-ring's from, hey? Because it's too small to be in any of this stuff, so I am not sure, viewers. I'm not sure. So another handy thing that I'll just mention is these are quick release fittings on them. So all you have to do is you just need to push that one that way and this one that way, and you'll be able to hold that forward with two hands. I need two hands to do this, but you're able to push that way and then just pull back on your hose, and then those fittings will come out easy. Alrighty mate, so I've got it back together. I haven't put any thread locker on it just yet. I'm just going to throw it back in and see how it goes. Now remember, look at your arrows. If that confuses you, looking at the arrows. So that's the way you've got to put it. So that way comes from the hose round there and this way. So you know your water's going to be coming out this one. So back of the arrow goes there. Simple push on to put it back on like that. Boom. Now, one-way valve is back on. Now, I still don't know where this O-ring's come from. So anyway, I'm just going to plug the water back in, turn it on, and just check it to make sure that it was that O-ring that was the problem, and check to see if we got any leaks in this thread here. I will pull it apart and put some thread locker on it after, but for the purpose of this video, we won't worry about it just yet. can't hear any leaks. I can see a leak, but... So yes, obviously we're going to have to put some thread locker in there because it is leaking. To me, that looks about the same. There might be something stuck in the other one, my valve. So anyway, we'll pull that other one apart, and I'll just show you how to do that one too. So good idea, turn your mains hose off and come back here, and you want to relieve the pressure in the system. So just turn that back on. Water pump is obviously off, relieve the pressure in the system through that, so that when you do unplug the hose going in the caravan, you don't get covered in water. Little Shawnee's hot tip, mate. Now, when you pull the hose off, you don't get covered in water. Righto, so this time we're to undo those tech screws. We're to pull this one out here, which is relatively simple. You can pull that one out there. This one here's just got like a butterfly nut on it, so you can pull that one out there. Take that one off there. Now we will undo these tech screws and we'll pull this apart and we'll show you what's inside there, hey? Alrighty, so that sits up there. We've brought it out here and laid on the ground. Now this is our O-ring. We're still trying to work out where it comes from. So it may have come from in here somewhere, but I don't know, viewers. Righto, so let's just quickly pull this apart. Sit you guys there so you can see, hey? Now I do these videos for educational purposes only, viewers. I literally genuinely do these videos just to try and help some people. Some people out in a bind. So we pull this one apart. Now, here's the fun part. Spring. Ooh, if we look in there, we've got something nasty going on in there, viewers. So we're going to have to pull this section here apart as well. I was going to try and pull that center out because I'm pretty sure that center did come out last time, but I'm going to pull this section here apart. Alrighty, look in there, viewers. See that? See how it's cocked sideways like that? That should not be like that. For some reason that's wedged itself in there like that, so we might have to separate this one from this housing. Now I don't have a vise or anything. I am at my brother-in-law's house. I don't really have access to a vise, and that's not going to work, I don't think. No. We might be in some strife here, viewers. Now see this, one thing that I do love about these caravans and the manufacturers is they use heaps of thread sealant on it. So there's absolutely no chance of none of this leaking. Now, previously I mentioned that I'd pulled this apart before and I'd found some gunk in it, and when I pulled it apart before, all that there, the water comes in through here, and you can just see there's little holes. I don't know if you can see it or not, just down in there's some little holes. All that stuff in there was all full of gunk and crud and stuff, so that's what the problem was. It blows out nice and easy through there, and it is struggling because that's on the beers in there. Oop, I think I just broke it. I think I just broke it. That's alright, so that is the actual internal one-way valve in there. So I just moved it out of the way, but I'm pretty sure it's broken. So I'm going to have to get a new one of these. There's a fantastic place up here on the Gold Coast. We're on the Gold Coast at the moment, called Carafix. We got some work done on our caravan last time that we were up here. They actually put a new awning on our caravan. They did an absolutely fantastic job. Carafix in Arundel on the Gold Coast there. They did an absolutely fantastic job with our Royal Flare, and they also said that Royal Flare, our caravan, 2017 model it is, was the first one that they'd never ever seen water damage in here. So they had to basically, on the other side, basically pull the entire wall off the side. The awning got ripped off and it damaged the entire wall. All this had to come off, and down here they said all caravans have got water damage here, all of them. He said they had a 2020 model Jayco in there, so at the time it was only, you know, a year and a half old, and it had water damage in there. It was all rotted out, and they said our Royal Flare was the very first one they've never seen rot out. So little plug there for the flares, not bad, thanks. Anyway viewers, I'm going to duck down there and see if they've got one of these and come back and put it back together. Happy days. Okay viewers, a bit of fiddling around. I just thought I'd pull this apart while I'm going. That centre bit actually comes out of there, and how this works, bear with me, righto, so how this works is that sits in there and it's got this little plastic bit, which I'm pretty sure this O-ring was from, sits down in there like that, and now that bit goes in there and that sits over and slides up in there. Now the water comes in through here and then goes out those little holes that I was telling you about there. So there's a spring sits over that, if you can imagine, and then that sits on there and that creates spring pressure like that, so it actually forces that open. But if there is water that comes back this way, allow the water through when the spring pressure is this way. Now if the water comes back this way and pushes this way, it doesn't actually want to come back out this hole. So that's how that works over that spring. But that spring pressure is a lot of pressure that it's got to build up to yeah, actually come back out this hole. Now I assume that is because how it works, if this one-way valve fails, this one's the backup, so that when you are off grid and you are not plugged into mains, that your water pump will have pressure in it. So our water pump is actually turned off at the moment, and the water pump will actually pressurize this line back this way. So if that one fails and leaks past, this one here will get activated, and yeah, this one here will get activated and close off, so that you don't drain your water tanks overnight out here, if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. Righto, I've got to go get a new one now. So viewers, I messed up. I just got reminded that this weekend is the show holiday at the Golden Coast, so nothing is open. So I just put it back together. I threw that one back on there. Yeah, it's public holiday today, so nothing's open to like get this sort of stuff. Obviously I fixed that, got some thread tape put on that, got some thread tape put back on this. I have put it back together. For now it's working. Yeah, I'm just going to put it in and make sure there's no leaks. Anyway, and I will fix it again on Monday. Alrighty mate, so she's all back hooked up together. I'll just run some water through it. See how that goes, eh? We'll test for leaks first before we turn it back on. One little leak out of the hose, so none of that's leaking, which is good. We'll go and check pressure, see what the pressure's like. That can't be good. I put the wrong one-way valve in the wrong way. I put the one-way valve in the wrong way, viewers. That is what happens when you put the one-way valve in the wrong way. So that one there is in the wrong way. See here? It is round the wrong way. Pressure's coming in here, arrow is saying that way, and then we're pushing water this way. So it's not going to work. So that just proves that that one-way valve is actually working. I'll just quickly rip it off, spin it around.